Why, hello, everyone. Hello. What is up, guys? It is James, aka Jimmy Pancakes 20, back here to do a new video slash podcast for you. And this is the first out of two videos that are coming out today on Monday, July 6th, 2026. Originally, these two videos, this one that you're watching right now, and then the one that's coming out later today on July 6th, 2026. Originally, these two videos were supposed to come out on Thursday, July 2nd, 2026, but at the last moment, I had something that I needed to do that was very important, and unfortunately, I did not have time to record them or post them on YouTube or any of my podcasts that day. And then I got busy through the 4th of July weekend, but now since the holidays are over and everything's back to normal, I have my co-host, my mom Marsha, here with me, and we're finally getting around to sitting down, filming these two videos, and putting them out on the same day. So, this first video is going to be the speculation map video. So, I'm going to explain it before I introduce my co-host Marsha. I want to explain that this is our fourth speculation map video slash podcast. But technically, if you go to Mr. Hhn Nightmare's Twitter account, or if you follow him on Discord, or those two things, technically he put out 5 speculation maps, but one of them we did not do. So we did the very first one, which I called the Christmas one. Then there was the Friday the 13th one. That's the one that we did not interrupt, that we did not do a video or podcast with. Then we did the Easter one, which I called the Easter one, which was the third map for Mr. Hhn Nightmare, but our second speculation map video. Then we did the one that I called the springtime one, which was our third speculation map video, but technically the fourth map for Mr. Hhn Nightmare. Then this is our fourth speculation map video, which I'm calling the summertime one, and technically it's the fifth one for Mr. Hhn Nightmare. So there's technically 5 speculation maps, but on my YouTube channel and the podcast, there's only 4 speculation map videos: the Christmas one, the Easter one, the springtime one, and now this one, which you are watching now on July 6th, 2026, which I'm calling the summertime one. And usually they do about 5 or 6 speculation maps, so this possibly could be the final speculation map from Mr. Hhn Nightmare, or there could be maybe one more. Sometimes he does a final one in August, sometimes he doesn't. So this could possibly be the final one, or this could be the final one for him, or we might get one more in August. That's what I was trying to say. I got a little tongue-tied. And then the second the second video that's coming out today, I'm going to talk about at the very end of this video, which I don't want to give any spoilers. But if you guys follow me on my social media, then you know which 2 videos are coming out today, but for anyone that's just watching the YouTube video or the listen to the podcast and you guys don't follow me on social media, I will tell you at the very end what that other video / podcast is going to be. So, hope everyone is up to date on that. I just wanted to explain that before we get started with the speculation map so you understand the concept. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so now it's time to introduce my co-host. I know she's been waiting to talk. You know where you love her. My co-host, my mom, Marsha. So, Mom, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
I know, Mom, that was a long explanation, but do you think it was worth that I said that so people would not get confused?
Yes,
All
definitely.
Right. What we are doing is Marsha is on her mobile phone. She has the speculation map open on her phone so she can follow along. And then for people that are watching this on YouTube, I do have the speculation map on the laptop that I'm recording this video / podcast on. So people on YouTube will be able to see the speculation map. And then for all the icons, for people that listen on the podcast site only on podbean.com or the official app, Apple Podcast or Amazon Music Podcast, I will describe all of the new icons or the ones that have been on the map for a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the possible final speculation map for Mr. Hhn Nightmare, aka or fourth speculation map video / podcast. All right, guys, so we are going to get started, and here is the map. So, basically how we're going to start, we are going to start with Sinners, which was the first official maze announcement for Hollywood, and the second maze announcement for Orlando. So on their big convention in Orlando, which I think they call it MegaCon or something, they announced their Jack the Clown versus Dr. Oddfellow house. And unfortunately, this year is the 35th anniversary of Orlando, but fortunately, my co-host Marsha and I will not be going to Orlando this year, but we are planning to go next year to Orlando, next year in 2027. But I'll talk about that, in 2027, stuff like that. So, as I said, we're going to talk about the UBE building really quick. I did a full video / podcast on this with my co-host Marsha. But Sinners was the first maze that was announced for Hollywood. Originally, people thought Sinners was going to be one of the mazes on the H lot. It was on that location for about 2 of the speculation maps, and then eventually got moved to the UBE building, and we were all right. If you want to know what the icon was for Sinners, on all of the speculation maps, it was 2 cigarettes and a lighter. So, really quick, as I said, we did a full video on it. This is one of the movies that my mom, Marsha, and I have to watch before going to horror nights. But your little thoughts on this, Mom, and your thoughts of it being in the UBE building and the first maze announcement.
I'm excited. I didn't see the movie yet. I want to watch it so I can understand when we go to horror night what it's all about. And I know, like, when James and me were talking about it, it's like vampire movie. I'm not really sure. But I'm really excited about this one. I'm happy it's coming. Your thoughts, James?
I am happy about it, but I do have a little concern because people have said that there are a lot of great scenes in this movie, that they were concerned that the UBE building was going to be very small for this maze of the giant sets that people have said that were in this movie. Some of the great scenes were in these giant sets. I know a lot of the movie takes place in the barn, and people were concerned, how are they going to recreate the bar scene or the barn in the UBE building? But we have had some great sets in the UBE building that worked for the maze. Like, we had great sets for the Fallout maze, the market, the super duper market. That was a big set that they had in there. So I could see the UBE building working. I think this might be, like, they can't do all the scenes they want, but I think they're going to pick the best scenes from the movie.
I think so too, James.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, moving on from there, we're going to move to the Persian courtyard. So, this icon has been on all the speculation maps. For the first three speculation maps, it was just the head itself, which is it looks like a dead Mexican dancer.
Okay.
And then for the two final speculation maps, the springtime one and now this one for summer, they added a birthday cake. So what people were saying that this maze is going to be called Kill Señala. And I tried looking up information on it. I think I was thinking maybe it was based off a movie. It was going to be based off
a legend,
a TV show. I've tried to do so much research. I do not know what this could be. And also really quick, I don't have the post that John Murdy, but someone asked on John Murray's Twitter when he does these random
tweets.
No, these random question box where he'll be on Twitter for a certain amount of time. Someone asked him if we're going to get any original mazes. And John Murdy confirmed on Twitter. If I can find that question that the person asked in John Murray's response, I will put it definitely in the description box below for the podcast and the YouTube thing. But John Murray did confirm that we are going to have 2 original mazes this year. And what people were saying is this one in the Persian courtyard is going to be the
first original maze?
First original maze.
Okay.
So I could see that. And I do not think this is going to be Montrose, because John Murdy did confirm that Montrose is done. He wanted to do 3 of them, and that was it. So this could be a new thing that he's doing. We have no idea. So your thoughts on that, Mom, and your thoughts that we are going to get 2 original mazes?
I'm happy we're going to get 2 original mazes. This one got me stumped. I don't know what it would be. It looks like a Mexican legend, according to the map. But this one got me stumped, James, so I don't know until he announces it.
Right. Who knows? Also, something that I should mention too is someone asked John Murdy about this maze in particular. Is when do you think this maze is going to be announced? And what John Murdy said is he didn't say it confirmedly, but people believe that this maze in the Persian courtyard is going to be the maze that he announces at Midsummer Scream.
That's what people are thinking.
Yes.
Okay.
That people are saying that this maze is going to be the one that's announced at Midsummer Scream.
Interesting.
And just to let people know, a really side note, my co-host Marsha and I will be at Midsummer Scream. We bought our tickets way back in April when tickets became available. We do have the golden back tickets, so we will be at the Horror Nights panel. We're going to be doing some other panels. I'm going to have a ton of videos for you guys from Midsummer Scream this year. I did do a whole. I did announce on Twitter and stuff. But before Midsummer, like a week before Midsummer Scream, I'm going to break down what our plans are at Midsummer Scream, what panels we're going to go to. So I'm going to do a separate video on that, but just wanted to let you guys know. We tried to go to Midsummer Scream last year. There were some things that I was taking care of personally, and all those things are done now. And Marsha and I said that this year we will be going to Midsummer Scream. So we will be there at the panel for Horror Nights. That's definitely one that we are not going to miss. So we will be there live when this maze is announced. And I will try to film a video of that maze announcement. So just do a little side note, and I will be doing a separate video / podcast about a week before Midsummer Scream begins. So probably the end of July or the 1st of August, because the convention is August 7th for the 9th. I'm going to talk about our plans for Midsummer Scream at that point. So I will let you guys know what our plans are for Midsummer Scream, what we will be doing, and what videos you will be seeing. So that video will be coming either at the end of July the end of July or the beginning of August, before August 7th. Just wanted to do that little side note for you guys to let you guys know. So back to what you were saying, Mom. About this maze is going to be possibly announced at Midsummer Scream.
If he announces it, I'll be happy, because this one got me stumped. So I don't know what it could be. But I hope it's not like Latin America, because he said he was done with it. So.
Well, no, he said he was done with Monstros.
Oh, Monstros. Okay.
So this could be like another take on another Mexican legend.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. We just have to wait and see.
Right. All right. So we're gonna move on to. We're gonna now head downstairs, and then we'll work our way back up to the upper lot. But we're gonna move downstairs, and we're gonna talk about the icon. If you guys are looking on the map on YouTube, it's in the JP, which is Jurassic Park. People still call it the JP, but it's technically Jurassic World Extended Queue. And that is where the Wyatt Six maze was last year. And this icon has changed. When on the Christmas one, it was a guy with a sheet and a knife, and we did so many speculations still. Now on this speculation map, it looks like a dead body on a gurney with a tag that they would put on dead bodies. So, remember how I said that there was going to be 2 original mazes? People think that this is going to be the other original maze. So we're going to have the maze in the Persian courtyard, and this one in Jurassic is going to be the other original maze.
Okay.
So, people still strongly believe that the maze is going to be Hollywood Harry versus Jack the Clown. Originally, we thought this maze was going to be in the Mummy queue.
Yep.
Then it was moved to behind the T-pad. Then it got moved back to the Mummy, and now
it's in the Jurassic World extended queue.
Well, the icon's not there anymore.
Oh,
it was a Jack in the Box, you know, for Jack the Clown. That icon was not moved. Now it's this icon, which is the gurney
with the dead body.
But people have done research, and I've been to Orlando. I know about the Orlando lore. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. So if you guys want to learn about the lore of Orlando, I recommend checking out a podcast. They don't do any new episodes anymore. But if you look up the Catacombs of Halloween Horror Nights, it was originally the thing was the original host Matt and Quint did it for a while. Then they stopped. They came back. Lots of other people did that thing too. But they went through every single year of Orlando, and they talked about the lore, the history of all the icons and stuff like that. In 2025, when I went, there was a maze that was called Body Collector's Restoration, and that maze was taking place in a maze that was called, the facility was called Shady Brook Asylum, and that was a separate maze that was there, and that became one of the popular mazes. So, Body Collectors was an original maze that was created there, and Shady Brook is a location. So, if you really want to get into the history of
Horror Nights
Orlando and who Jack the Clown was, in case this maze is coming, definitely check out the Catacombs of Halloween Horror Nights. I will put a link down to their podcast on the description box below. They're on Podbean. They're on Apple Music or Apple Podcast. I don't know if they're on Amazon Music, but I know for sure they're on Podbean and Apple Podcast. So, there you go. So, could we see Jack the Clown versus Hollywood Harry? Who knows? But people still say this is a strong possibility. Your thoughts before I move on to the next one?
I would love to see Jack the Clown and Hollywood Harry. Am I saying that right? Yeah.
Yeah, Jack the Clown versus
Hollywood Harry. Because I've never been to Orlando. James said the Jack the Clown maze was really good. So I could see it in a maze. And I hope it comes so I can see Jack the Clown in person. Mm-hmm. I hope it comes, but we're not sure yet.
Right.
That's my thoughts.
So regarding Orlando again, we have done 2 original mazes from Orlando. We used the name, but it was our own creative. that we did, they changed up the thing, but they did use mazes. So the first maze that we did that was originally created in Orlando was a maze called Scarecrow the Reaping. That was back in I want to say it was
2014.
No, 2022.
Yeah.
And that was on the H lot. And then in 2024, they brought it back, but it was just known as Scarecrow Music by Slash.
And that was behind the T-pad, right?
That was behind the T-pad.
Okay,
but I think the original one that we did for Hollywood was in the H lot.
Oh, yeah.
And it was called Scarecrow the Reaping. And they took that exact same maze that they did in Orlando, and they brought it here to Hollywood.
Right.
Then another one that we did was in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Another original maze that was created in Orlando. It was called Dead Exposure. They had two versions in Orlando. There was the original Dead Exposure, and then there was one that was called Dead Exposure Patient Zero. But for our one that we did for Dead Exposure, it was called Dead Exposure Death Valley, and that was behind the Mummy. So
I remember that one, James.
We have done properties that originally started in Orlando. So the other one that people are saying that might be coming, that was originally started in Orlando, was a maze called Graveyard Games.
Yes.
And this was a maze that was there at HHN 20. It was either 28 or 29. So it was either 2018 or 2019. And basically the premise of that maze in Orlando was that these people broke into a graveyard and started tagging the grave, and there was a main ghost. I don't remember the ghost, but she was like the mother of the graveyard, and she started tormenting the people that broke in and was spraying the graveyards and stuff like that. It was a very cool maze. I did see walkthroughs of it, from different sources, and the walkthroughs that I saw were very interesting. So I could also see this one being an original one, but do our own version of it in Hollywood, like they did for Scarecrow the Reaping, as well as Dead Exposure.
Excuse me, James. Are we still talking about the dead body on the gurney?
Yes.
That's the one we're still talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, your thoughts on that, Mom?
I would love to see Jack the Clown versus Hollywood Harry, but I could see Graveyard Games, or that one that we were talking about, the Graveyard Games. I could see it there also, but either one I'll be happy with. So we'll just wait and see what he has in store for us.
Right. Yeah.
So.
All right, guys. So now we're going to move on to the Mummy. And we have on the map the rock symbol, which originally was there, and it was originally going to be on the H lot in two of the maps. Then it disappeared on one of the maps. Then it came back, and it was going to be at the retaining wall, and now it's landed at Mummy. And there's only two mazes that I can think of that could be. And it's both attributed to a single guy. Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, aka the Prince of Darkness. If you guys don't know, or you have been living under a rock, you know that the Prince of Darkness, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, passed away last year in 2025. Um, um, he did do like his final concert, I want to say a couple months before he passed away, from what I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
People were sad, but people are so influenced on his thing, and we know that Mr. John Murdy was a fan of Ozzy. He did work with Ozzy in one particular maze that we're going to talk about in just a moment. But people are saying that this could be a tribute maze to Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness. So your thoughts on that before we go to what the other one could be?
I feel sad he passed away, but I could see an Ozzy Osbourne maze there. I mean, I would be happy with it. Yeah, like they did, like music. I mean, Slash maze, didn't they? No, it was another person.
No, so they had worked with Alice Cooper twice,
Yes,
and then they also done The Weeknd twice.
I was trying to think Alice Cooper,
Yeah. So they have worked with artists before.
I could see an Ozzy Osbourne maze there. Right. Definitely.
Now, if it's not strictly Ozzy, I could also see it being a Black Sabbath maze. So we have worked with Black Sabbath before. In 2013, this maze was located on the Universal Backlot when we used to go to the Backlot. It was in the Soundstage 747. It was called Black Sabbath 13 3D, so it was a 3D maze. And it was based off their newest album that was coming out, which was called Black Sabbath 13. So it's been about 13 years since we had a Black Sabbath maze. So I could see either a tribute to Ozzy or I could see a Black Sabbath maze. I cannot see any other one. People have said that maybe Iron Maiden could be coming or possibly Metallica coming. But I think most people would rather see an Ozzy Osbourne tribute maze or a Black Sabbath maze to honor the Prince of Darkness.
I could see it too, James. No, I want an Ozzy Osbourne maze or a Black Sabbath maze. I could see it there.
Right. And then I could maybe see in the future, like Iron Maiden coming or possibly Metallica coming.
Yeah.
But for this year, I would say it's most likely going to be Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Or a Black Sabbath maze.
Yeah.
If it's not any of those two, then I don't know what else it could be. So yeah. So guys, really quick, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to pause the video for a moment and we'll be back with the next one because Marsha just gave me the signal that she needs to use the restroom and we'll be right back. What is up, guys? It is James, aka Jimmy Pancakes, back here to continue the possibly final Hhn Hollywood speculation map from Mr. Hhn Nightmares. Also continuing the recording with me is my co-host, my mom, Marsha. Say hello, Mom, so people know you're still here with me.
I'm still here, and hello.
So I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. So really quick, I'm going to explain what happened and going forward for future videos / podcasts. So if you guys do not know, my mother is getting a lot older, and she's at the point now where when we get to this point where sometimes we have to use the restroom multiple times a day. And sometimes when we are recording these videos slash podcasts, sometimes during the middle of the recordings, sometimes my mother has to use the restroom. So for future videos slash podcast, if you ever hear me say the words, we're stopping the recording really quick because my mom needs to use the restroom, that's the reason why, is because she has to use the restroom during the middle of the recording. So at that point, I'm going to stop whatever we recorded. That will be a separate video. And then the return of the recording is going to be another separate video. And I'm just going to edit the two videos together to make it one giant video. So if you ever hear me say, hey, we're back from the recording, and then the end of the first video where you hear me say, we're going to stop the recording because Marsha needs to use the restroom, you guys know that we had to stop the recording in the middle of the video. And it's going to be two, maybe sometimes 3 videos, sometimes 4 videos if we're doing a long podcast, and there's going to be stops in between. So just for all future videos slash podcasts, if you ever hear me say, hey, we need to stop the recording because my mom needs to use the restroom, that's the reason why. And then you'll hear me say, hey, we're back doing the recording the way I did the intro for this part. You know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So again, I'm sorry I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. So moving back right along to where we were, if you guys know, before we stopped the recording, we just finished with the rock symbol. So we talked about sinners. We talked about the maze that was going to be in the Persian courtyard, which still no one knows the idea. Then we talked about the possible mazes that were going to go in the Jurassic Park, aka Jurassic World, overflow queue. And then the final one that we talked about before we had to stop the recording because Marsha had to use the restroom was the rock symbol that we said it was either going to be Black Sabbath or an Ozzy Osbourne tribute maze. So now we're going to continue from this point, and the next one we're going to talk about is the maze that's going to be in Soundstage 15, which was the second official maze announcement, which you can see on the speculation map, which is Stranger Things 5. And you guys are probably wondering, well, why is it only Stranger Things 5? When the first speculation map came out, which is the Christmas one, and on every other speculation map, the icon for Stranger Things 5 was a grandfather clock. Now, if you guys have watched Stranger Things Season 4, you know what that grandfather clock means to the main bad guy, which his name is slipping my mind at this point.
Starts with the V, I know.
Yeah, but I don't remember him, but he was like the main villain for Season 5. And Vecna, thank you, Vecna. So everyone was excited about Stranger Things 5 coming to both Hollywood and Orlando. This is another shared property for both Hollywood and Orlando. And for the first 3 speculation maps, there was another maze that was in the running as well, which was the Conjuring. But then after the 4th speculation map, everyone said it was going to be Stranger Things. And also, if you guys don't know, Stranger Things, the main series, is over. So Stranger Things season 5 was the finale of the main show. But the Duff brothers did confirm in interviews that they are working on spin-offs and other related shows to Stranger Things. But the main series is officially over. So everyone thought that Stranger Things, we were going to have a collab of all the seasons. Fortunately, that did not happen. It's only based off season 5, which my co-host Marsha and I have to watch. We are going to watch season 5 before we go to Horror Nights. We have seen season 1 through 4, but we have not seen season 5 yet. So your thoughts on that really quick. And we did do a full video on it as well.
I'm very excited. I'm glad it's coming back. But after this, I don't want to see Stranger Things there anymore. We had Stranger Things like 4 years in a row.
Not 4 years in a row. It was broken up.
But
we have had it 3 other times of the event, and this would be the 4th time it's been there.
Right. But I'm excited. Like James said, we have to watch it. But I'm excited. You know, the last one of Stranger Things, and I hope it's really, really good. It's always been good in Soundstage 15, because that's a big soundstage. So they can do a lot of scenes in there.
Right. And I have not seen, as we said, we have not seen Stranger Things 5, but people have told me when I finally watch it that season 5 was not a good season.
People have been telling you that?
Yes.
Oh.
And they did do a press release saying that we are going to go into some locations like the military base, the where the final battle takes place, and other scenes like that. As I said, I did a full video on when Stranger Things 5 was announced. So there you go. So moving on, we are going to move on to this. I call it the alien face now. And this one has always, I don't think it was on the first speculation map, the Christmas one, but after that it was on every single speculation map. And this one was in different locations. Originally it was, one point it was at the Mummy, one point it was on the Terror Tram, one point it was where the H-Lots were, and now it's now on the T-Pad. And ladies and gentlemen, we think this is a returning maze. And again, this has not been confirmed by Universal at all yet. But everyone is pointing that Killer Clowns from Outer Space is returning for a 3rd year in a row. Now, you're probably asking yourself, James, why do you say it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Well, I have proof. This was taken about 7 days ago from Five Fires. He's a YouTuber that I've met a couple of times at Midsummer Scream and at the park too. And if you take a look at this, this is the exact same layout that we had for the facade for the original Killer Clown Maze in 2019, and also the same entrance when it was there in 2022. And if you guys don't know, for about 3 years, I did work at Universal. I did work at the Transformers ride. So I got to see them build this maze when I was working there in 2022. And several of my colleagues at the time that worked at Transformers were cast in this maze. So I got to see them when I went through this maze once or twice when I had days off from Horror Nights. So I definitely say for sure this is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. All of the YouTubers are saying that this is Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but again, as I said, nothing has been confirmed, but I do believe this is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You can't deny this evidence, and this was taken like a week ago from Five Fires, and this is on his official Instagram account. Your thoughts, Mom?
I believe it's going to be Killer Clowns from Outer Space because I can see the red and white. And 3 years in a row, we saw that facade.
No, twice.
Twice, we saw that facade. So I know it's going to be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. There's no doubt about it. But if it comes, I'll go through it. But I'm really not going to be happy about this.
Right.
That's my thought, James.
Yeah, I mean, I've also heard people say this could possibly be Resident Evil. This could be Jason coming back. But if people that have been going to Horror Nights as long as I have, and as long as you have,
right?
We've seen this maze twice before. We know what the entrance looks like, and this definitely looks
like the entrance
to Killer Clowns again.
There's no doubt about it, James. I know it's going to be Killer Clowns.
Yep.
So
yeah. So moving on to the Terror Tram. Now we're working our way back up to the upper lot. So we're looking at the trash bans. On the Christmas one, it was trash bags with a Santa bag. And then for the rest of the speculation,
it's just the trash bags?
It was the trash bags.
Okay.
And at one point, it had this alien one on the Terror Trams. For one of the speculation maps, the trash bags were removed. But then the trash bags came back. And everyone, including myself, and of course my co-host Marsha, everyone thought we were going to get a
Terrifier
Terror Tram. Now, I don't think it's going to happen because I did not know about this until, people have messaged me saying, James, do you know that there's a lawsuit going on with Terrifier's rights? And I said, really? And so I did look it up, and I do have the proof on this, that in June of 2020, so last month in 2026, I don't know how to say the studio, but Runless Studios filed a federal law against the production company Dark Art Cinema and Art the Clown LCC, alleging that they had the copyright and trademarks infringement. So the Roslyn studio claims that filmmaker, the guy who created Art the Clown, transferred the rights to the original Terrifier and the 9 Circle short films, which introduced Art the Clown to their company in 2013 for $5,000. Resident agreed that this 2013 agreement gave them the rights to any sequels and development and work, including Terrifier 2 and 3, and they are seeking damages and ownership rights over the franchise, merchandise, video games, and future projects. So, there's also another lawsuit that one of the actresses in 2025 is suing for unpaid royalties, and also claiming that that they had sexual harassment and unsafe shooting conditions.
I mean, shooting conditions like for the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Then in early 26, Liam and the producers filed a motion seeking dismissal of several claims against the lawsuit.
So they're trying to get it dismissed.
Yes.
The 2 producers.
And the guy who created Art the Clown.
Okay, got it.
So with all this mess going on, do you really think that we are going to get Art the Clown? I don't think so, unless this somehow gets dismissed before
Horror Nights.
But I don't think we're going to have Art the Clown. People are now pointing out that Blumhouse is going to be the theme to the Terror Tram again this year. Now, James, you are saying, why do you think this is going to be Blumhouse?
Because
we have evidence. This was posted about 7 days ago. Same on the post. And this is from Five Fire's YouTube page. And if you take a look at the screen, what does that look like to you, Mom?
Blumhouse stuff?
The same facade that we saw for the Terror Tram in 2023 and 2024 and 2025 last year.
Right. It looks the same, James.
And we're going to look at this footage. I'm not going to have audio for it, but I'm going to let you guys see what we are talking about. And as you guys can clearly see, it looks like we're going the same pathway.
Right.
And he does show some of the vehicles from Fast and the Furious.
Right.
But as you can see, it looks exactly like the same pathway we did. Looks like the exact same pathway that we did for last year
at Blumhouse.
At Blumhouse on the Terror Tram at the Bates Motel.
Oh yeah, it does look the same, James.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So pretty much, I think we are going to have
another Blumhouse with all the characters
for the Terror Tram this year. I don't think we're going to get Terrifier until this lawsuit is resolved or dismissed.
I like Blumhouse, but I'd rather have Terrifier on the Terror Tram. But with the lawsuit. Universal does not want to get sued. And I like Blumhouse, but I wish they would put something different there.
Right.
That's my beef.
Yeah. So, guys, let me know in the comments below what do you think the Terror Tram's going to be this year. So, we're going to move on. Like I said at the beginning of this video / podcast, we're going to come back to this hat with the pins on it. And as I said, I'm not going to give away what the next video is going to be. We're going to come back to this. We're going to now move over to this flaming book. And everyone is saying that the flaming book, this flaming book, I'm going to go back to the map really quick. This flaming book was originally at the UBE building where Sinners is now
officially announced.
And then it was moved to the Mummy at one point. And then for the last couple months, it has been it's been on the H lot. So everyone is saying that this is going to be the new Evil Dead movie, which is coming out. I think advance tickets are July 10th, and I think the movie officially comes out, from what I did research on, I think July 26th.
Okay, so pretty soon.
So I think advance tickets, you can see it 2 weeks early, and then I think the official opening date
is August or something?
It's July 26th. Or this could be the official opening date, but I know they have advance tickets. You can see this is on the AMC website, so I don't know for sure.
And it's Evil Dead Rises?
No, Evil Dead Burns.
Burns, okay.
So, I mean, this is a movie I do want to see in theaters, Mom, right, in case it is coming. But we don't know for sure, but everyone is speculating that the maze is going to be Evil Dead Burns. So,
from the new movie.
Okay,
got it.
So that is going to wrap up the mazes and Terror Tram. Now we're going to move on to the scare zones. We're going to talk about this banana one. This banana one appeared on the springtime speculation map, which was technically the third speculation map. No, it was technically the fourth speculation map from Mr. H and Nightmare, but this was our third speculation map video. Mm-hmm. So everyone was saying that this banana represents a video game franchise as the scare zone. And I did play this game for a little bit. And I did play one season of Fortnite Nightmares. So everyone is saying that Fortnite Nightmares is going to be the theme for the scare zone, going from the entrance of the park where the chainsaw guys are and all the way up to New York Street. And if you take a look at this photo, I wanted to pull up this photo to represent something. Last year we had a Jason maze. A couple years ago we had a Scream Terrifier. And this year for FanFest, we had Scooby-Doo.
Right.
So people are pointing out that they are doing skins from different horror movies. Art the Clown is one of them that's that was featured a couple years ago on the Fortnite Nightmare. So I don't really have anything else for that yellow banana besides Fortnite Nightmares. So here's the thing that you and I discussed off
camera,
off recording.
Right.
Was that a lot of kids play Fortnite and they like Fortnite Nightmares. This is a seasonal event that they've been doing, I want to say since 2017 is when the first season came out on Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see a lot of kids saying, oh, we want to go to Horror Nights to see Fortnite Nightmares. And then I could see the parents saying, going to customer service, that was the word I was looking for, and complain that this event is too scary. So I can see the positive that Fortnite could bring a lot of fans in. I can see a lot of fans coming for Stranger Things. But I can also see the negative of it being too scary if they bring young kids there. Because this event for both Hollywood and Orlando is recommended for people 13 and older. But I've seen kids there younger than I've seen people bring their babies to Horror Nights as going there as a fan, and the 3 years I was working there as a worker. So I can see the positive of the scare zone and I can see the negative of the scare zone. Your thoughts on this?
I never played the video game, so I don't know anything about it. But if it comes, Universal's got to be careful to bring like younger kids that play this, because like James said, I know what's going to happen. Universal's going to get sued or a lot of complaints.
I don't think they're going to get sued. I think we're going to get lots of complaints.
So Universal, you think about that one, because you're going to have a lot of problems with this scare zone.
If it's what we think it is going to be.
Yes.
All right, so now we're going to move to the scare zone number 2 that says unknown. This unknown scare zone is usually saying that it's going to be French Street, and usually it's tied into whatever for the last couple of years since Montrose, the first year of Montrose, the scare zone on French Street has always been since Holidays in Hell, since 2019 when they did Holidays in Hell, every single year since then,
it's tied into the maze. The scare zone's tied into the maze.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. So French Street, since 2019, has always been themed to whatever
maze is in the Courtyard.
The scare zone on French Street has always been tied to whatever maze is in Persian Courtyard. That was a tongue twister. So at this point, we don't know what the scare zone is going to be.
Nope.
Now we're going to talk about this one with the Raven location. And I'm going to let my co-host Marsha say this one.
Wait, the what location?
The one with the Raven.
Murder of Crows. My favorite scare zone.
So we think Murder of Crows is going to come back. But I don't know if it's going to be in the new location, because right across from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is the new ride, Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. And for certain tickets on the Horror Nights website, and I went through the tickets, certain ones, you get access to Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. So they're going to
So
have
that's going to be open during Horror Nights.
Yeah, so you're going to have a lot of people in that thing. So I don't know where Murder Crows is going to be.
I don't know.
They're not pointing that it's going to be in front of the Wizarding World. But I think Murder Crows is going to come back. But I just don't know where it's going to be.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Your thoughts on that?
I love Murder of Crows. That's my favorite scare zone each year. If it comes back, I'll be happy. But we don't know where it's going to be because of the Fast and Furious opening. So we'll just wait and see where it's going to be.
And again, we don't know if Murder of Crows is coming, but this Murder of Crows location has been on the map for a while.
It has.
So we're pretty sure that Murder of Crows is going to come back.
Yeah.
All right. So now to wrap up this video / podcast, we're going to talk about the 2 shows, and then we're going to go end with the maze location that we skipped. So let's talk about the show that's saying it's going to be in DreamWorks Theater.
That one's unknown, I think.
Yes. So for the last couple of years, the show that's in the DreamWorks Theater has always been a last-minute announcement. Like Late Night of Chucky was a last-minute announcement. The Blumhouse Behind the Screams was a last-minute announcement.
Megan.
That featured Megan.
Right.
And then the Chainsaw Man last year was also a last-minute announcement. So we don't know what's going to be in the DreamWorks Theater this year.
No.
And then let's talk about the elephant in the room. The one at the Wild World Arena.
Can I say it, James?
There are 2 possibilities. But before you say it, let me pull it up for people that are watching on YouTube. Go ahead and say it.
Purge Deadliest Waters. Again.
We think that the Purge Deadliest Waters is going to return. That's the most likely one because if you don't know, Blumhouse Studios is owned by Universal. So it's easy to do The Purge. It's easy to do Blumhouse characters. So that's the more likely that's what that show is going to be. But we also heard rumors that possibly
Resident Evil,
some sort of stunt show for Resident Evil also might be coming this year to Horror Nights as well. Because they have done Resident Evil once in Orlando. They have done it multiple times in Japan and Singapore. And then recently at Horror Unleashed, the Las Vegas one, they didn't announce it on any social media. But right now, I don't know how long the event is going on, but they have a Resident Evil event going on right now at the Horror Unleashed.
In the one in Las Vegas.
And the one in Las Vegas. So
okay.
I could possibly see Resident Evil maybe coming to Hollywood as a stunt show. When the first when one of the speculation maps came out, a lot of people thought maybe we were going to get a Resident Evil maze. But if it's a Resident Evil stunt show, I would enjoy that more than
The Purge.
The Purge. But as I said, most likely
it's going to be The Purge.
It's going to be The Purge. But if a Resident Evil one comes out, I would love to see a Resident Evil instead of The Purge.
Right.
But we'll just have to wait and see.
Right.
So now to wrap up this video before we say goodbye, this one with the pinhead one, as I said at the beginning of this video slash podcast, if you guys follow me on my social media sites, you know what the next video is going to be coming out today. But for people that don't know or was waiting for the surprise, the second video that's going to be coming out, that originally was going to come out, as I said, on last week on Thursday, which I did not have time to do either of these videos. We have our third official maze announcement for University of Hollywood, and it is confirmed that it's going to go at H Lot Tent 1, which was where Terrifier was last year. And the maze that was announced for both Hollywood and Orlando was Hellrazor, based off the Hellrazor movies. So we are going to do a video on that one, which is going to be the next video coming out today. And we are going to talk about the maze, all the information we have for this maze so far, and the icon. As you can see, everyone was saying that as soon as people saw this hat with the pins, everyone, including myself, went that it was going to be Hellrazor. So it is confirmed that it is coming to both Hollywood and Orlando, and we're going to talk more details about it. And Marsha and I have not watched the announcement video yet for it, so we're going to have a blind reaction to the announcement video during that video slash podcast. So that's going to be the next video that's coming out also today on Monday, July 6, 2026. So I want to thank my co-host Marsha for joining me for this speculation map video.
You're very welcome.
Slash podcast.
You're very welcome.
And Mom, you want to tell them where they can find you on social media?
It's Marsha Fan 1960. I'm on Twitter, Instagram.
So you are on X, formerly known as Twitter,
and Instagram.
And your username for both is
Marsha Fan 1960.
She doesn't post a lot, guys, but she sometimes posts stuff there.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And then if you want to follow me, your host, James, on any of my social media sites, and I have mentioned this before, some of my social media sites have Jimmy Pancakes 20, and some of them have Jimmy Pancakes 20 show. So it's going to be hard to tell you each one individually, but you guys can follow me on my Facebook page, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and I also post for anyone that just follows me on YouTube. I also post important information on the post tab on my YouTube channel. So you can find the links to all my social media sites at the bottom of every single video slash podcast. You can also follow my co-host, my mom, Marsha. You can find her links to her social media sites down at the bottom below. And as I said before, if you guys want to learn the history of Jack the Clown or any history about Halloween Horror Nights Orlando, if you're planning to go to Orlando, you want to hear the history of it. As I said, and also in this video too, I will put a link to the Catacombs of Halloween Horror Nights podcast at the link down below. I'm going to share their Apple podcast link, but as I said, you can find them on Podbean as well, and I don't know if they are on Amazon as well, Amazon Music Podcast. but I will definitely put the link to their Apple podcast at the description of this video as well. All right, guys, so this is going to wrap up my fourth speculation map video / podcast for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. The possible final fifth map from HHN Nightmares, or we might have one more speculation map video / podcast, because sometimes he does 5 of them, sometimes he does 6. So we'll see if he does another one in August as well. So we'll see what happens. But I was your host, James, aka Jimmy Pancakes 20, signing off. And we'll see you for the Hellrazor Maze announcement video / podcast coming also today on Monday, July 6, 2026, later today. And we'll see you guys for that video / podcast coming later today. And I was your host, James, aka Jimmy Pancakes 20, signing off. And we'll see you guys for the Hellrazor announcement video coming soon today on Monday, July 6, 2026. Bye-bye.